Then you're going to rest to the point where you maybe are hardly moving for 90 seconds. That's a pretty good ratio. 1 part exercise, 3 part rest. That sounds pretty good. It's best to do it at a resistance that you're going at. It's easier. So not like, oh, it's really hard to go. You want to go really, really fast. Okay? You could also do this on an exercise bike. Say treadmill might be tricky because it could be kind of rough to try and stop the starting it. A rowing machine. Well, these are types of things that would be great options. If you did say, you know what, I like to run, this would be an example of a way you could actually run. But you only do it for 30 seconds at a time. Okay? So, recover for 90 seconds, and then you're going to do it again 7 times. What do we got here? Probably 15, 16 minutes or so invested. There you go. You're getting stronger. We didn't have to spend an hour. You could use that elliptical machine that used to be a clothes rack in the corner of your bedroom or something like that, right? Yeah, now we can dust it off and you can find something you can make use of it that'll actually be fun. You can be watching TV and do it, okay? But it's an example, something called peak fitness. Okay, you're going to get your peak capacity here. And then once again, cool down towards the end. So just go and get a slow rate for a couple minutes. Then finish up with maybe a little rock squat. All right. Another example, and this is one of my favorite ones. Max T3. And it is amazingly developed by chiropractors, so it's obviously got to be pretty good. All right. And it is actually a 2-part DVD that you can plug in. And essentially need hardly any equipment for this. The only thing you would need, an exercise ball and maybe an exercise band. You're good? Okay, so there's your gym. What this is, these are all 12-minute workouts. 12 minutes. Could we do 12 minutes 3 times a week? That's 36 minutes a week, right? That's a whole lot better than an hour a day like we think maybe we've been told we need to. One of the reasons why I love this, I don't care where you're at in stage in life. We've got some people that are not even 20 yet, and we've got some people maybe getting a little bit older in life. Everybody can do this because they actually have 3 different people doing the same exercise at a different skill level. Somebody say, you know what, I can't do a squat. Well, maybe we'll just do a half squat, okay? And then as time goes and you get stronger, you might progress from the beginner to the intermediate, to the advanced, okay? All these things. There's upper body, lower body, core, and then what they refer to as surge. You're getting a whole body workout at once. 12 minutes, 3 times a week. If you want to get crazy, you can do it 5 times a week. We're still under an hour. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Amazing thing about this, of the 12 minutes of actual time, you're only physically exercising for 6. Oh, that sounds even better. Because the whole time, 20 seconds at your max capacity with a 20-second rest. That's pretty sweet. And I've got a friend of mine, he just went elk hunting here, and right before we went in his elk hunt, I know he was training, I said, let's go we'll do the lower body. We just went in his backyard, I didn't even need the DVD, I know what the exercises are, we did that. He says to me, Chuck's like, what'd you do to me? He's in like, young guy, healthy, climbing mountains, elk hunting, and he's like, I can't believe what a workout that was in 12 minutes. So, granted, we did the advanced, okay, but, so, we'll build up to it, all right? So you don't have to start off at the advanced. Build up to it as we go. But anyways, this is one of my favorite exercise options because it's fast, it's fun. My kids do this with me and they love it. As well, so that's why you show graduated examples. Well, you can't do a push-up. Well, could you do it on your knees? They'll show you ways to do that, okay? Different types, and these are things that you might be doing, but essentially you need no equipment for that, okay? All right, let's stand up. Let's get a little movement here. I don't want to contribute to your lack of exercise or motion today. So we're going to go through an exercise. This will be a great one for you to do at work, at home. All right, we're going to do the YMCA. Ladies are hit. All right, no. So what we're going to do, all right, most people, unfortunately, even if you have most people have desk jobs, unfortunately, kind of turning into a Cro-Magnon, man. It's kind of devolving here as we go. So, the YWTL, 4 simple exercises, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work on stretching out our tight, short, contracted pecs from being at the computer all day long. And we're going to start to strengthen these weak muscles in the back, okay? So what we're going to do with this is we're going to make a Y, okay? Thumbs are pointing backwards, okay? So point your thumbs backwards. Try and keep your head back. And all you're going to do is consciously try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Picture there's an egg. and you're trying to squish that egg between your shoulder blades, okay? You're gonna hold for 15 seconds. And if you're trying really hard, I can start I'm starting to feel it burn a little bit. All right, that's awesome. Now we're gonna go around and make a W, okay? Why W? Try to keep the head back. You'll feel it. Stretch out your pecs, and once again, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Oh my goodness. You can feel them getting bigger as we speak. All right, there you go. All right, W, now we're gonna make a T. 2 T's, all right? Don't try to stick your finger in your partner's nose. All right. All right. So, T, hold it. Now you pull it back, squeeze it. You're gonna feel it as we do this each time. It's kind of moving down your shoulder blades. Now we're getting a little bit lower, okay? Holding that. You feel a stretch and strengthening. And the last one, 2 L's. You're literally gonna try and pull your elbows down, almost touching behind your back, okay? And once again, you can feel it stretch, and we're feeling it strengthen, okay? A minute. Could you do that a few times throughout the day to get out of your desk, maybe, okay? Whew, all right, now, do you feel those muscles in your back? Do you feel like you're standing up a little taller? Yeah, because that's what happens. We sit too long at a desk, short muscles, weak muscles. There we go. Okay, go ahead and have a seat and start rotting your spine as we speak. You hear the stress hormones mounting as we speak. All right. Now, whew, this is one of my favorite ones, all right? Body by Science is, I'm going to say, probably something that no one has heard of. And I maybe mentioned some of you. I said, I'm going to teach you how you could actually exercise 1 time a week for 12 minutes. That sounds amazing, right? You're like, okay, finally I got time for 12 minutes. All right, if you didn't have time yet, now you do, okay? Developed by a medical doctor, Dr. Doug McGuff. It's actually 5 exercises that you're going to do in 12 minutes. So here's what it looks like, okay? Once a week, once again, all right? And I'll demonstrate, I'll talk about these here basically, but here's essentially the premise of the exercise, okay? And in fact, I think I actually have some, maybe even have some, okay. I may even, let's see if this works. All right, I think, let's see. Let's hope this works. Okay, here is a lat pull down. Now this is not slow motion. This is regular speed. It's going to take you a couple seconds to move the weight. Once you do move the weight, it's going to take you between 7 to 10 seconds to get all the way down. You're going to hold it for a couple seconds. 7 to 10 seconds to go all the way back up. You want to do this so that you can do between 4 to 8 repetitions. That right there, 4 to 8 times, will probably take you 2.5 minutes. Okay? Now, what I'm showing you right now would be a perfect example if you did have a gym membership. Even if you don't have a gym membership, you can go over to Planet Fitness, and for $10 a month, you can get a gym membership. Even if you go 4 times a month. Hey, it's still a bargain, right? So, that would be an example of one of them. Here's the next one. Oh man, I am grunting it out for you guys here to show you what it looks like. Alright, sound effects not needed. So this would be an example of a chest press, okay? And I mind, these are at the end of my workout, all right? So the 4 to 8 here. But, feel the, look at this, you can see the pain, okay? But you see how slow I'm going? And here's the big thing about this. Never locking out my joints. By stopping short, 10 to 15 degrees shy of a complete lockout, we're not putting any stress on the joints, and you never give the muscle a chance to relax. They're working the entire time. And then you go to the point where basically you can't go anymore, okay? And I'll show you one more. Oh, let's try that again. All right, last one. This is an example of a squat. Let's see. Okay? This is an example. You could do a squats or a leg press, okay? All these though, you're never going full extension. And guess what? The whole time, you're getting a core workout the whole time because your muscles are screaming because they have to be to keep your body to go that slow and have that much controlled movement, okay? So, once again, so there's different types of exercise that you could do at the gym with this, but a leg press would be a great one, or just even a squat, which is the way to, okay, great. All right, without a gym, there's options to do this, okay? You say, I don't have a machine to do that. Well, you can do a wall squat, and I'll show you what this looks like, okay? So, if you didn't have a gym membership, you could do this at home. Whether the basement of my house, I got some studs and jump up. If you can't do a pull-up, you could jump up, or you could get a pull-up bar. There's ones that go over the door of your house. You could jump up and then hold yourself and then just slowly go down. Maybe take 10 seconds, okay? A push-up, if you say I can't do a push-up that slow, could you do it on your knees? Could you do it against the bench, against the table, but going so slow, okay? You're engaging all the muscles in your entire body. So squatting, and I'm going to email, I'll send you guys this out if you guys want towards the end. I'll give you some links before you go tonight, if you give us your email address, I'll send you some of the stuff also, give you some of the links to some of these things so you can learn a little bit more how to do this at home. A big thing if you did use the weight, you're going to pick a weight though that actually you can do this really only 4 to 8 times. If you're doing this like 12 times, the weight's too light, okay? If you can only do it twice, it's too heavy. But you set it up so you basically go boom, 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 boom. There's no break. 12 minutes, straight up, but you're done. But the thing is, and the research shows, and that's why it's called Body by Science, is that it has been shown to actually increase muscle strength. Once again, give you the cardio. To give you an example, the very first time I did this exercise, I took my heart rate at the end, okay? And I'll be honest, I didn't have the weight completely set up perfectly because that was the first time I'd done it, but I checked my heart rate at the end. It was at 220. Most people are like, well, I'm not supposed to get like over 106, you gotta be like max. No, 220. You're going at your max capacity. When you challenge yourself, even for a brief, short period of time, it challenges you to get stronger. Now your heart's getting hit in a positive way, okay? Then we take some rest. So with the Body by Science, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the most intense exercise I've ever done, 12, like I said, not even 12 minutes, is following that time for 5 to 7 days rest. Sign me up for that one. No more exercise for a week? Yes, I love that. You're going to need time to recover. And you're not going to be, I've been more sore with other exercise workouts. It's different. Part of the reason is you're never putting full strain and stress on your joints because you never went to a complete lockout with any of the exercises. Okay? So it's a different kind. In that next week, just move them. Find something you enjoy. Whether you like to walk, you like to play basketball or golf, play tennis, just move. Move. But just move. Alright? Snow's coming, go snowshoeing. Go just for a leisurely ski, something. If you do this over the course of 6 to 8 weeks, you are going to be amazed at exercising just 6 to 8 times, actually how much stronger you're going to be. At that point, now we're going to you might start ramping up, maybe increasing the weights because you're getting stronger. So it's a great way. But you are going to, and if you feel like you need to do more often, you could break it up even a shorter workout. Maybe even just doing it 6 minutes a couple times a week if you're feeling like you really need to exercise. All right, most people say, I'm not going to be that problem.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question? Am I hearing you say that if I go to the gym and find a weight that I can do for 4
Yes.
times, that's equal to if I don't go to a gym and just do a chin-up or a push-up on a table?
Well, you're going to see, like I said, if you go as slow, okay, best case scenario is yes, you're going to use the equipment. Because I think doing that is going to give you the best thing. But what I want to say, somebody's like, well, I can't afford a gym or I don't have a gym membership. It's going to be better, yes, to go to the gym and do that. But you can still simulate that type of exercise, even at home without actual gym equipment, by just using your body weight. But it's all about going so slow and controlled that you're getting the same thing. And you'd be amazed at the workout you get doing that.
So if I didn't go to the gym and did it at home, would I still need to rest 5 to 7 days?
Possibly. It just depends on how you're recovering. Yeah, possibly.
Or even being, kind of doing a yoga fitness. It's much more intense yoga.
Yeah.
Like last night we were doing something like I have to modify things because I have a bad knee. But we do a lot of like the quads, squats, and then we go lower.
Yep.
And lower, and we hold it. And she's like, hold it, and hold it. And then we do push-ups, but then we just come down like to a half push-up, and we hold it for like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and you can just, I felt the burn for the whole hour of doing yoga. So doing like a yoga fitness class a couple times a week is.
It's a great thing, and that would be, you're gonna get, you can do
intensity.
You can do that exactly. Yep, exactly.
I think the point is something's better than nothing.
It is for sure. And finding a way that you can do it in a way that will be fun, get your results and not get you hurt. So, what do animals do? Right? We see animals out there going for jogs once again? No. They just do what they have to stay alive. But the strongest, healthiest animals pretty much just sprint. Or they're able to lift, like a gorilla can lift like 10 men without ever doing actual exercise. Because they're used to moving their own body weight, okay? So, sprint, rest, and repeat. Main thing about this as well is you're getting whole body strength. With all these, a lot of times you don't have to do any specific crunches or ab workouts because you're going to get all of them at the same time and you're engaging full muscles. I never do any curls at the gym anymore, but I'm getting my biceps by doing all these other things because you're engaging all these muscles through full body workouts and not just focusing on, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and do bis and tris for the full hour I'm at the gym like we used to do in college. And you wonder why you don't have any time, right? But the main thing with this is it's going to help give you more functional stability, okay? So that way you can take whatever life throws at you. Also as well, there's certain ways you can do this, but you don't have to have a gym in order to do that as well. And that's where whether it's an XT3 or even just going online and doing the exercises with the YouTube video. But the big thing I said mentioned is strengthening your core, and you don't have to worry about really getting injured. Especially with some of these things like the body by science. You're going so slow, you really can't get hurt. Okay? And these are all like perfect examples of body weight type exercises that you can do. Some people say, oh, I can't do a pull-up, but you could use a chair to stand up and do a pull-up, and use your feet as an example. Or, you know, like I said, you can jump up and then go down slowly. But these are some of the core exercises that you can modify to use your body weight and engage everything all right here. And a plank is a good example as well. If you say, I don't like to do crunches, probably don't recommend it because a lot of people are probably going to get hurt doing it. It may not be good for a lot of people's backs, but a plank is something everybody can do. And if you can't do it on your toes, you can do it on your knees to start with and build up to doing it on your toes. Now, here's the part, so you get a little nervous. I'm going to tell you need to sprint. Okay? Good news is it doesn't have to be like this guy. Okay? There's Usain Bolt, Olympic world record holder. Okay? But we need to sprint. Now here's the thing. Sprinting is an amazing way to get actually strength as well as cardio in a fraction of the time. Here's what the research tells us. Who's ever heard of a Tabata workout? Okay, there's a few of you, okay? A Tabata workout was actually going back to 1996 by Dr. Izumi Tabata, Japanese scientist. And they did a 6-week study, and here's what they did. They took 2 groups of people. The first group of people, what they did is they rode on an exercise bike at 70% their capacity, right, traditional cardio rules, for an hour, 5 times a week, okay, for 6 weeks. So 30 hours of total time invested. Here's what they found. They got no stronger. That would really suck. I just spent 30 hours of exercise and I'm not any stronger than what I was 6 weeks ago. But good news is they did get some lung function. Okay, so their VO2 max. Their VO2 max, their lung capacity went up 5 milliliters per kilogram. That's the way they measure it. Okay, so that's good. Good. I got a little more endurance. I got more lung capacity. But the second group of people, here's what they did. They put them on a bike. And instead of an hour, they went for 20 seconds as hard as they could. Where they basically equated 170%. You're not really even talking here. You're barely even taking a breath here for 20 seconds. You're going as hard as you possibly can. But we could do anything really for 20 seconds. Would we all agree? Right? Even if it was on a bike. They rested for 10 seconds. Repeated it 7 times. How much time was invested? 4 minutes. Who likes 4 minutes versus an hour? I like 4 minutes. Okay, that sounds better to me. All right? So they did the same thing. 5 times a week for 6 weeks, and what they found is their anaerobic capacity, their actual muscle power went up 28%. That's pretty sweet. 4 minutes a day, okay? And their vital lung capacity went up by 7. So they got better lung function, basically better true cardio type results, and they got stronger in a fraction of the time. That sounds pretty amazing. Could you do this once a week? Yeah. Now the good news is with sprinting, you don't have to do actual sprinting on the ground. Okay? If you like to run, this is a great example to do that. okay? But some people, you could do this on an exercise bike. You could do it on a rowing machine, an elliptical. You could do it swimming. But you're going as hard as you can for 20 seconds. But you're only taking a 10-second rest, and then you're going right back at it again, okay? So 4 minutes total time. With that, the big thing with this, okay, is once again, your body actually looks for fat as its energy source when you sprint, okay? That's pretty cool. And the opposite with cardio, your body's actually trying to store fat to create an energy reserve, okay? Once again, better muscle mass and strength, more lean muscle. Ladies, 222% increased protein synthesis. Basically, you're making more muscle by sprinting. Men, 43%, still pretty darn good, right? I'll still take it. What a good example. So ladies, we need to get sprinting, all right? Think about the change. But once again, it doesn't have to be pounding down the pavement kind of sprinting. One of my favorite ways is outside, up a hill, like grassy, dirt. It's low impact actually, it's extremely challenging, and trust me, by the time you get to about the 8th, practically probably 6th, 7th, it's basically a walk, but you're still trying to sprint, okay? So, anyways, it's a great way to do that. And once again, decreasing body fat. Big thing about this, you actually create more mitochondria in your cells. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. Your cells are going to get stronger, give you more energy. It's going to help your brain, once again, to function at a higher level. For our elderly folks, maybe if it's not you or a loved one, a bike is a great example because you can't fall, you can't get hurt, no impact, but it's still giving those same results of increased growth hormone, decreased stress hormones, and having all the results of combating stress. And amazingly, here's the cool thing about this, helping with high blood pressure. It's one of the best ways to combat high blood pressure. So if you know someone taking meds for it, sprinting is one of the best ways to counteract it because basically it makes your blood vessels more flexible, okay? So that way then it doesn't take as much effort to push the blood through your blood vessels, okay? And if you do, even someone say they've already been diagnosed with heart disease, maybe you knock it back to 15 seconds instead of 20. But still, getting the same thing. So now we're down to like 3 minutes probably by the time we get done, okay? So making it safe, we gotta warm up first, okay? We gotta make sure you're good and loose. So just going for a lower intensity for a few minutes to do that. Going for a walk, doing some of those dynamic stretches I showed you. Squat, I think squat jumps are probably one of the best because actually, here's what a squat jump looks like. Basically, you squat and you jump and come down. If your knees can handle this, okay, it might not be for everybody here, but it actually activates your central nervous system. So it engages you, but you just got a whole lot of body blood flow going to warm you up. So, another good example, okay? Then once you do that, warm up for a little bit. If you've never done a sprint, don't go tomorrow and try and do a sprint. We're going to need to build up to doing some of these things, even if it's on a bike, but just build up to it. So it might be at 50 or 80% of your capacity. It's like, I'm going hard. Next time you go a little harder. Next time you go a little harder. But like I said, I mentioned going uphill is a good one. And then just cool down again at the end. Just go for a little walk to cool down and then go back and maybe you're going to do a little squat just to get those muscles kind of stretched out. They'll kind of cool down in more of an elongated position. Okay? Now we got to get talking about some fun stuff like balance. Anybody here over the age of 50? I know. Well, it's a rough one to admit, right? Okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, the two biggest things that happen as we age, loss of lean muscle, which we just found out how to counteract that through some high intensity interval training and some sprinting. Second thing is loss of balance. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's not going to be me. I've got great balance. I used to be a ballerina, so not me. I have patience, so okay. Why do we need to work on balance? Okay, like I said, primarily for those over the age of 50 right now. But the good news is actually a lot of the things I talked about, some of those even just body weight exercises, going through how much balance does it take to go through and do a lunge? It takes a lot of balance to be able to do those things, okay? But here's some really sobering statistics about balance and falling. A third of adults over the age of 65 are going to fall each year, okay? 1/3. Now here's a really scary fact. 300,000 people over the age of 50 are going to fracture a hip. Of that, and there's varying statistics, so here's what the numbers I can find. Between 18 to 33% of people who fracture a hip will be dead within a year. That's the flat out statistics. Yikes. So, it's amazing, and you see it's people end up in a nursing home, they in a wheelchair. Let's just make an easy number. 1/4, let's just say. 1/4 of people with fractured hip are not going to be around next year. So, we have to make sure we don't fall, right? Working on your balance is something that's going to help make sure this isn't something. Because balance, basically, is kind of like exercising your muscles. Balance is exercising your brain, okay? So one of the best ways you can do this, and this is something even if you have an elderly loved one, or if you're feeling like balance isn't an issue, or isn't great for you right now, you're saying, you know, I'm 55 and overall I'm pretty good. It might be something as simple as just standing on one leg while you're watching TV for a couple minutes at night. Just working on that. You say, well, that's not very hard standing on one leg. Well, then maybe you can stand on a pillow. Maybe then you've got, Shields has got them, we here, we can get them for you. Something called like a wobble board. Basically, it's a circle with like a half a ball underneath it. So it moves in 360 degrees. Just trying to stand on it without letting the sides touch is a great way to try and improve your balance and stimulate your brain. Just doing a couple minutes a day. You could have it in front of your TV at night. You say, I'm going to watch TV, I'm going to work on my balance. Okay? As you get better, as you get stronger, now you might be on one leg. Alright? We're going to get back to being your ballerina again. Alright? So, certain examples. If you have a loved one who truly does have balance, or maybe you're a little bit concerned about falling, a great way, go to a garage sale, get an old walker, and you stick it, let's pretend this is a corner, you're going to stick the walker in the corner of the room. So that way, basically no matter what happens, they can't fall, because if they lose their balance, they go into the wall, or they've got the walker to grab a hold of. Still, if you're 80 years old and you can have trouble walking, you could still actively working on increasing your balance. So this is a great thing for you to work on with loved ones, because I don't see a lot of you here that probably have much issues now. But it's, that way you can't get hurt. And then you could be standing on the foam pad or a pillow, or then building up as you go to get stronger to work on doing these things. And it only needs to be done a couple times a day. Okay? So the moral of the story is we need to make sure we give a chance to rest. Rest is good. I've had loved ones who literally exercise an hour a day, 7 days a week, and they could not lose weight. Part of the problem is you have to actually rest. You need to give your body a chance to heal. You heal the most when you're resting. On the days where you're doing a high-intensity type exercise, you should really be trying to get 9 hours of sleep. Because your body heals the most when you're sleeping. And amazingly, the highest production of human growth hormone is actually when you're sleeping, and the best is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So we gotta get to bed early, all right? So that way you can actually get that benefit of the exercise you're doing. Kind of tough for some of you night owls. You're like, I'm gonna stay up till midnight. You're sacrificing human growth hormone by doing that. And the good news is we need to play. So on the days that you are not working out, you're resting, there's a chance to find something to do to play. Go for a walk, go for a bike ride, do something. But healing is, or time is healing. All right, so that's, guess what? We're going to talk a little bit about eating then, because nutrition does play a role in our exercise. Most people think that they can exercise their way out of a bad diet. The fact of the matter is, 70 to 80% of your body composition is what goes in your mouth. You would have to run a full marathon to burn 3,500 calories. Or you could probably do that in 2 days by cutting out some of our fast food or some of those snacky, high carbohydrate, high calorie foods. So I'd rather just cut out a little bit of those things and not run a marathon, okay? So if your goal is to, you know what, with my exercise, I want to lose some weight. So the best way to exercise is on an empty stomach. Because your body goes searching for stored energy, which is called glycogen. Glycogen is stored energy. Your body will pull that out of your liver and out of your muscle. That's great. So then when you do eat something, your body goes, it puts extra food, extra calories, puts it back in your muscles and livers first, so that way you're not putting on weight. So you're building up the storehouses again for the next time. So, if you're not trying to lose weight, which is probably not many people, okay, but if you're saying, I'm happy where I'm at, then you might want to have a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, and maybe an egg or two, a hard-boiled egg before you go work out, if you're not trying to lose weight. Big thing though is after you work out, we have to make sure you're getting some healthy protein to recover and rebuild those muscles, okay? At least 10 grams of protein. That would be equivalent maybe like an egg or egg and a half. Typically an egg's about 6 grams. So a couple eggs after would be a great workout. Maybe a scoop of protein. Usually typically a scoop of protein about 10 grams. If you're younger, you got more muscle, you're trying to build, we might need maybe 30 grams of protein after your workout. But we got to make sure, really quickly after you work out, within 30 minutes, at most 60 minutes, you need to get that protein so you're not starving your muscles. And once again, regardless, for the most part, if you're trying to lose weight, no sugar after you work out for at least a couple hours. No sugar would mean, honestly, even fruit. But bread, pasta, cereal is the same thing as eating a candy bar. Sugar is sugar as far as your body digests it. So, if you're trying to lose weight for 2 hours after, get some protein and avoid the sugar. And there you go. All right. And that's, once again, my best analogy of that right there as far as eating and exercise is, yes, you cannot outrun your fork. Because majority body is what you eat.
So, having a dynamic shake after exercise?
Yes, I do that. That's actually good, great. Thanks, sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I do, in fact, with my protein, after I work out, I'll actually put a scoop of our dynamic greens, 20 servings of fruits and vegetables. One of the reasons why is exercise is inflammatory. It is. It builds, it will increase inflammation. And so I eat something like the dynamic greens, which is basically juiced fruits and vegetables, to help alkalize and balance out the inflammation that can develop from working out. So that's one of my kind of my post-workout drink is basically the greens and protein. So it'd be a great time to do it. You bet. Good question. This may not be for everybody, but if you say, you know what, I have been exercising and I still can't lose weight. It's possible for this actually to happen. Partly, once again, could be because of how you're eating. Our standard American diet is not a coincidence, it's called SAD. How crazy is that, right? Standard American diet. High carbohydrate, low fat. That's what we were told, right? Remember the food pyramid? Well, it's SAD because guess what? It's inflammatory in nature. When we're eating grains, breads, pasta, cereals, anything that's turned into sugar when you eat it, it's inflammatory. Your heart, your joints, everything is getting inflammation. And every single disease process out there thrives on inflammation. So, when we're eating processed foods, we're even going to say, well, it's whole wheat bread. It's still sugar. It's still inflammation. Okay? Some people, believe it or not, and I had a family member actually exercising too much. You can actually exercise too much because exercise in excess can actually be a stressor and can actually cause elevated cortisol levels. If you're exercising an hour a day, every day, your body's like, this is not good, stress hormones are going up, and that will actually cause you to hold on to weight. So, that might be one thing causing it to happen. Excuse me, and any exercise long periods can become a chronic stress to your body. Now, we'll get to talk about some cool stuff here. Okay. I think most people here, okay, because most of you look pretty familiar, okay? Most of you are chiropractic patients, correct? Yes. No wonder you guys are so amazing. I could just tell. See, yes. All right. I want to talk a little bit briefly, actually, on chiropractic, because this is really how we got started talking about this, really, is why we're as chiropractors talking to you guys about exercise. Because we want you to be well.